Our ring announcer, Nadia Hunter.
The contest is for the Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora Championship. Introducing first the challenger to my right, weighing in at 207 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina. He is a 27-year veteran, two-time NWA television champion, two-time America Most Liked heavyweight champion, Christian Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, three-time and current Qatar Pro Wrestling King of the Ladders champion, AEW and Ring of Honor color commentator, and the most versatile man in this sport today, the ageless one, Caprice Coleman!
Boy, it felt like we're about to have church up in here with all those accomplishments.
The accolades are long, but the ambition is longer. He has not held a world championship in his career. Is tonight going to be the night for Caprice Coleman? Is he going to have to take out one of his star pupils?
Weighing in at 212 pounds, he's held various titles overseas, including Japan, Scotland, and England, freelance wrestling, New South, and two-time Paradigm Pro Wrestling champion. Pinfall victories over Alex Shelley, Too Cold Scorpio, Doug Williams, and Chris Hero. He is current Action Wrestling Tag Team Champion, and he is your Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora Champion, the Journeyman, Suge D.
This match is so unique because both men know each other so well. However, they've never been inside the ring with each other and against each other. Suge D grew up in Georgia, saw Caprice Coleman fighting on NWA Wildside and watched that on television all the time. Suge D, of course, loves Caprice Coleman, and that's his idol. On the other end, Caprice Coleman has been watching all the wrestlers because he is doing color commentary, just like you are, Kazim.
Look, I just want to say to the both of you, right? Listen, every time that I hold one of these in my hand that represents the heavyweight division in wrestling, it's just like the day when I won. So I want everybody to know that this is what everyone in this business strive to hold in their hand. So look, good luck to both of you, and let me shut up and let's get this on.
He can keep talking if we want to. If he wants to, he can keep talking.
And that's what it's all about right there, the Pan-Afrikan World Championship. I gotta tell you, as a lifelong fan of professional wrestling, seeing a title with the beautiful continent of Africa smacked right on the middle of it does something to my spirit, Chris. And you got the first ever black world champion to talk us off before we get it going. Man, let's ring that bell, people. Let's get it.
We're close to it as we're gonna have this Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora Championship right next to us. This thing is heavy, it looks great, and we have got the action going right now. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Caprice Coleman versus Suge D.
Caprice Coleman with a waist lock on Suge D. Suge D slides out of it a little bit. We got a little ground and pound right here. Rolls through. Another roll through by Caprice Coleman. Casts him in the wrist lock over to Suge D. Suge D gets it twisted. Rolls over. Backhand spring. Gets a leg trap. Down goes Coleman. Headlock to Coleman.
See, this is the type of wrestling you're going to see in a match like this from these two guys. They know what each other are doing. Right now, they're filling each other out in this matchup.
If you missed the incredible, groundbreaking ASÉ 24/7 docuseries with episodes on both Caprice Coleman and Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora Champion Suge D leading up to this match, be sure to head over to YouTube and witness it after the conclusion of this event on YouTube. And while you're there, see the insightful 24/7 mini documentary episode on Darius Lockhart. Search ASÉ Wrestling on YouTube and subscribe today.
Caprice Coleman says that this world title is the real world title. He says that this is what he's been fighting for his entire career. But the Pan-Afrikan World Championship was only started just a few years ago, so he's never had an opportunity to represent the culture. He says he's been the culture since before the culture, being a part of the culture was cool.
I mean, even what makes this title even more dope is that it's genderless. You got to remember,
Yes.
Suge D defeating the record reign of Trisha Dora after 1,336 days of holding the championship. Now around the waist of Suge D, and Caprice Coleman wants to be the third holder of that said championship. Oh, baby. Just a little bit of, I know there's respect between the two, but there's just a little bit of, little slight healthy amount of disrespect that you got for your opponent tonight.
Remember, Suge D wants to prove that he can stay in the ring with somebody like Caprice Coleman, who's wrestled all over the world. Of course, he's a world traveler himself, but when you've looked up to somebody, and this is your first time in the ring against that person, you want to prove that you're just as good as they are.
And on top of that, you gotta think, Caprice Coleman's entire strategy, going from in-ring performer to color commentator, he says he gets the best seat in the house. He gets the best opportunity to scout all the talent around the world. And now we're gonna see that theory put to the test, because he's not talking, he's not sitting next to us with a headset on. He's in the ring with one of the best in the world, Suge D.
This is really small, but right there, a lot of wrestlers would have taken the opportunity to get a cheap shot in against the ropes. But Suge D, I think I spoke too soon, because
yeah, all that talk about respect, I think it's about to go out the window, people.
look at this.
Leapfrog catches Suge D on the
Pulls him
floor.
back up.
Irish whip. Leapfrog. Another leapfrog. Caprice. Hip toss to Suge D. Caprice Coleman. Another hip toss.
Goes. Caprice Coleman on a roll right here against Suge D.
And now the OG is taking the young lion to school. Scoop and cover. 2 count for Caprice Coleman.
That was Caprice Coleman asserting himself and saying, look, it doesn't matter how much you've watched me, scouted me, I am 2 steps ahead of you at all times, and he asserted himself right there.
They call him the ageless one. He looks like he stepped right out of 2005. I don't know what he's eating, but the dude looks to be in phenomenal shape tonight. The ageless one was such an appropriate nickname for Caprice Coleman.
I tell you what he's eating. He's eating the bread of Jesus right now. He's got the word of God all over him. He says that's what saved him. That's what's gotten him this far. And that's why he is ageless at this point. 46 years old, but moves better than a lot of 20-year-olds in that ring.
Hey, won't he do it, Chris? Won't he do it?
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus.
Suge D needs to shake off a little bit of these cobwebs right now. He's got himself in a world of trouble with Caprice Coleman. The veteran instinct starting to kick in, and now a little bit of a reversal.
Reversal off the Irish whip. Caprice Coleman out of it. Suge D, he gets out of it. Is he going for a cutter here? He's going for the cravat.
Those cravats may not look like much, but they can wear you down over the course of a match.
Caprice
Springboard.
Oh!
Caprice Coleman goes for broke. Springboard wheel kick, gets all oxygen.
He's reaching for his knee right here. Oh, wait a second.
Whoa.
Wait a second.
Man.
He just drop kicked, and you look at that look on Suge D's face. It looks like he's feeling a little bit of remorse that he just kicked out the knee of his idol right there.
You know,
in
Chris,
his weak moment.
Chris, I know these guys have a ton of respect for each other, but when Ron Simmons comes into the ring and talks about the reverence of a world championship, you gotta do what you gotta do. You see a weakness, you gotta take advantage, even if it's against a guy like Caprice Coleman, who you grew up idolizing.
These fans right now behind Caprice Coleman, and right now his leg is compromised. He is the ageless one, but he still has the knees of a 46-year-old.
You know, Chris, that drop kick to the knee might have came with a little bit of remorse. That sliding off of the knee pad and the knocking right into the MCLs of the knees, that is very deliberate. And I know they go back, but man, they're gonna have to, gotta keep the shoulders off.
Suge had his ankle trapped right there, and he's pulling off. Oh, big kick in the face. He's trying to pull off his legs, his knee pad right there, and he kicked Caprice right back in the face. So it's tit for tat right here.
Suge D showing a bit of that ruthless side that's made him the Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora Champion. And sometimes you got to smell the blood in the water like a shark. Hard right hand.
Kazim, we are right here next to the action, and we can hear that. Look at the eyes of Caprice Coleman. Looks like he is lost in the ring right now. Oh, well, he must have been playing hard to get, because look at that. Right back into it.
Seems like that slap just annoyed Caprice Coleman more than anything. And now with Flair Country, we're going to get some chops for dinner.
Woke him up just a little bit, but you still have to wonder how the knee is doing. That's something to be watching during this match.
I know Caprice Coleman's got that knee to worry about, but some of that kinesia tape that was holding up some of Suge D's shoulders is starting to come off as well. So maybe Caprice gets an eye on that and starts to use that to his advantage. Maybe he'll take
right
advantage there.
Referee Nick Shin is checking on Caprice Coleman. He is looking at that knee once again. Oh no, watch out!
Oh, Lord.
Just took a big drop kick to the back, and now he has to worry about a little bit of whiplash in his neck along with the hurt knee.
Those drop kicks hurt a lot, but those drop kicks that you don't see coming hurt 10 times more. I can tell you, the wind in Caprice Coleman went through that basketball hoop up here in Piedmont Middle School.
And it would have been 2 points for Caprice Coleman on that one. He is in a bad way right now in his hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. Hurt knee, probably suffering from a little bit of whiplash and a lot of pressure on him. His 27-year career, he's never been a world champion. And now he can do it in front of his family, in front of his hometown, his wife, his son, his daughter are all in the building. And he is in a bad way right now at ringside.
The fans ringside of ASÉ Wrestling getting the up close and personal view of Caprice and Suge D right now. And you know Suge D is going to use every bit of that count to get just enough of that headlock into Caprice Coleman to wear him down. And now he's eating rights and lefts.
Oh no, he's going for a suplex, not on the floor.
Not on the floor.
This is a hardwood.
Oh my God. Right on the hardwood.
There's a mat there, but that mat does not do a lot. There's not any give on the floor underneath, and that mat is stiff. So you're gonna feel it, and the reverb from that is gonna hurt your neck. And I know that Caprice Coleman right now is trying to figure out how he could get back in this matchup with everything on his body hurting.
I know we were talking about not showing mercy, but Suge D looks very complacent to take a count-out victory if he can get it. But
champion's advantage.
The champion's advantage. You're absolutely right. He still will remain a champion if this would end in a count-out. But Caprice Coleman said, I've waited 27 years for this opportunity. I ain't taking no count-out.
That almost looked like a knockout blow right there as Suge D pushes Caprice back into the ring. Suge D talks to the crowd a little bit. Oh, look at this! Caprice!
Oh, baby!
Out of nowhere!
A backward slingshot head scissors taking out Suge D. And now the big momentum has shifted directly in the back of Caprice Coleman. Listen to this crowd.
Look at the eyes of Caprice Coleman. He looks like he's caught a second wind, and he's bouncing right now on that knee as he's circling his prey. Oh! Big time chop.
And now it's all handwork. And now it's all handwork, Chris. Rights, lefts, chops. It doesn't matter. He's throwing and they landed.
And he's getting a receipt.
And now a suplex to the back of Caprice Coleman. He is laser focused. He wants this world championship.
He said, if you're going to do it to me, I'm going to do it to you. And this crowd has come unglued here in Charlotte.
My goodness, Suge D needs to go back to the whiteboard. He needs to, whatever plan he had on that leg or that knee, smart veteran instinct to break the count and have a little bit of a super kick for good measure for Suge D.
You see that veteran move right there. The referee, Nick Shin, was counting. Caprice Coleman put his leg in to stop the count so he got some extra time outside, and now he is just tearing up the chest of Suge D, turning his chest to taco meat.
Just teeing off on Suge D. It's a whole lot of meat on there, and he's chopping it to bits.
I don't know if Big E considers this two big meaty men bumping meat, but there's a lot of meat bumping right now.
Oh, baby! The ring awareness focus of Caprice Coleman is on 100. No matter where he's being tossed, no matter what position he's in, he's found himself in an advantageous position in this World Championship match.
That's
what a
why
kick.
they call him the ageless one. He's doing moves that guys half his age cannot pull off. And look at that, just around the ring, kicking Suge D, getting him down, and now he's going to the high rent district.
Caprice Coleman, that knee, I know that knee is holding up pretty good right now, but going up for a high risk might have been a mistake, because now he's looking like this is gonna be a superplex off the top rope. Caprice Coleman, the wind completely taken out of him too. Kick out at 2 from Caprice. Man, it's a war of attrition between these two.
Kazeem, I know you're from up top and you came down south, but your trip didn't feel like that trip that Caprice Coleman just had from the top down south to the mat just now.
Well, I'll tell you this, my trip didn't involve me landing 10 feet on my back and the wind being knocked out of me. But here we go now. Now it's time for some handwork on Suge D's part.
Suge D is mocking his idol, Caprice Coleman.
Okay.
Big rights, lefts. These guys are going back and forth to each other.
Caprice and Suge said, forget strategy. Let's throw hands and see who's got it.
Kick to the stomach. There he goes.
Axe kick to the back of the neck of Suge D. Caprice Coleman shoots the cover. 2.
Can he get up?
Kick
out.
out.
We had a new world champion just now.
That axe kick would have took out a lot of lesser men, but Suge D is the world champion for a reason.
Big boot to the mouth. Look at this. Oh! That's why he's the ageless one. Look at the sky-high move from Caprice Coleman. Oh! Big cutter. Can we get it? Do we have a new champion? Right here.
Oh! Kick out at 2. At 2. That was 2.
I'm sorry I stepped on your Jordans.
No,
Please.
you're good. The 12s is fine. But listen up. That BFT/cutter. That
Oh, he flips out of it.
Caprice going for broke. Maybe took a little bit of
1,
2. Kick out on the roll up. Suge off the ropes. Gets caught.
Tries to go for the cutter again.
Slides it. 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Whoa.
He hooked that bad leg.
Wow.
He hooked that bad leg and used it to his advantage.
Wow.
Kazeem, the ring awareness from the Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora Champion. He knew what he did to that knee earlier in this match, and he hooked it to get the 1, 2, 3 and remaining the champion.
Caprice Coleman, a hell of a showing, but coming close was only counts and horseshoes and hand grenades. And it seems like a theme of the night. Suge D catches Caprice Coleman slipping just for a second, and it was enough to secure the victory. For 27 years, Caprice Coleman and the world champion has eluded him, and you can see it all hitting him right now. He came that close to adding that championship to his resume, but it wasn't to be against Suge D.
Look at the emotion in his face right now.
And look at the respect, the reverence, the legacy of Caprice Coleman is intact. And I'll tell you this is what it's all about right here.
Look at this great embrace. These two, even though they just were in battle against each other,